Have you been thinking about starting a podcast? Well, let me tell you about Anchor. Anchor is totally free and it is very easy. In addition to it being easy, they provide the tools so you don't have to look anywhere else. They also distribute your podcast to several other platforms so you don't have to do any of that work. Additionally, you can make some money while doing your podcast through Anchor. Go ahead and download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and start your podcast today. You will enjoy. Hello, couples. Welcome to another episode of Keeping Your Marriage Hot and Holy. I am your love coach, Chara Taylor, and I just want to thank you for joining me, for listening in, and for following me. So today I want to really talk about navigating through the holiday season. We are embarking upon the best season, and this year it is a hard season for a lot of people for more than one reason. And so I just kind of want to talk briefly about navigating through this holiday. And so I want to first start by saying I really hope that you were able to enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday, whether it was a time of remembrance and memory of those who we lost, or just giving thanks for those who are still here. I hope you were able to have a really good Thanksgiving holiday. And now we are coming up on my favorite holiday, which is Christmas. Christmas has always been very near and dear to my heart, and Christmas means so much to me. I love that we get to celebrate the fact that our Lord and Savior was born. That means so much to me. But this year it seems to be a little different, and trying to navigate through it, we might need to put a little bit extra into and a little bit extra thought into what we're doing this holiday season. And so I just really want to encourage us with a few things, a few words during this time. One, two, let's do our very best to keep our marriage hot and holy during this season. There are certain things that we just cannot change. And there are certain things that we can change. And at this hour and in this season and in this time, it's going to be extremely important that we use wisdom to know the difference and to move forward, okay? But keeping your marriage hot and holy is extremely important at all times, and especially during this time. So let's embrace what we have. Let's embrace no matter what life has brought us. Let's try to embrace it. Let's do our very best to embrace it. Okay. And let's embrace that, for some people financially, this holiday season is going to be pretty tight. It's going to be pretty tight. And if it's pretty tight, then that's okay. We just need to embrace it and move forward and move around it. Let's not allow finances and financial strain to stop us from enjoying one another, to stop us from enjoying the season, to stop us from giving the best of what we actually have to our spouse, which is ourselves. Let's not let money be a big issue. Let's not let gifts be a big issue. Let's embrace the fact that we have one another, and that we can hold one another, and that we can cuddle with one another, and that we can kiss one another. Let's embrace that fact, okay? Things come, things go. And if you cannot afford gifts this year, if gifts are not an option this year, then just embrace and celebrate the gift of life. Okay, there will be another opportunity and another time to give and rejoice with gift giving. It doesn't necessarily have to be for Christmas. Okay, so I just really want to encourage you with that. We can be creative this holiday season. We can be very, very creative with doing things in the home that's around family, that's around expressing sentiments and drawing on memories that we have established together up until this current time. So let's try to do things that will mark up on being creative. And I also want to encourage you to, if money is not an issue and you have money and you can shop, or you want to shop and you're going to do some online shopping like a lot of us are going to do, I I want to tell you to put your list out there. The one thing that I hate the most about holidays, birthdays, and things like that when it comes to marriages is we have all these high expectations and all these desires and all these wants, and then our spouse never know because they are inside of our minds and they're inside of our thoughts and they're inside of our hearts. We're just walking around hoping that they're reading our thoughts and our minds. That's not fair. That it's not fair and it's not effective. Okay, that produces absolutely nothing but frustration, anxiety, and stress. So get you a list together. Slide the list to your mate some kind of way. Slide the list to your friends and your family some kind of way. Let them get the list to your mate. But say what you want, okay? Say what it is that you want. Say what it is that you desire. What I've done and what I typically do is I give my husband a list at the beginning of the year. And sometimes he gets it fulfilled before Christmas. It gets filled up around birthday, Valentine's Day, and anniversary. So the list is pretty much complete by Christmas. So then by the time Christmas comes around, then I have to produce or reproduce another list. And I give him a list of things that I like, things that I want or desire, and then let him choose from there. And let that be up on him. Okay. So, and Amazon has this cool option where you can create a wish list for yourself and you can share that list to different email addresses or send it out via text message or send it out so that people can see what it is you want. So if you can do that and you have access to online, then create yourself a wish list on Amazon and send that link out to your husband or send that link out to your wife and let them shop from there. And don't just do it for yourselves. Allow your children to do that as well. Let them create them a wish list so they can put it out there as well. Let's not make this all about us. But what I'm trying to express is we don't have to have attitudes and be frustrated because there was opportunity for us to shop or for our spouses to shop for us and they didn't get us what we want. And the reason they didn't get us what we want is because we just expect them to memorize what we have said throughout the year. We have all these crazy expectations and we expect them to have remembered the things that we saw when we was out at a mall one day, or the things that we saw when we was sitting down watching television and an infomercial came on, or something that we saw when we was scrolling through the internet and we saw something and was like, oh, I really want that. We expect them to have memorized those things. But the truth of the matter is life is too complicated. There's so many things happening in life, and to have those crazy expectations that our spouses are just memorizing everything that we say is unreal. So we need to live in reality. And the reality is that if you want something, you need to say something. And if you want to keep your marriage hot and holy, then come out of having unrealistic expectations and start putting what it is you desire out there so that those things can be taken into consideration. Now, if you know the dynamics of your family, so if you know that finances are tight and finances is unlimited, then don't have expectations of getting all this stuff. Have expectations of spending time together. Make your expectations realistic. Focus on how you can create hot and holy moments without all of the extra, okay? Without all of the financial burden. Do not cause a financial burden on your family because you want something, or you want to be able to say to your friends and your family, oh, look at what I got. Look at what I got. We don't need to do that. We're adults. Okay. No, it's not about show and tell or, trying to prove that somebody got something big. It's not about that. That's not the reason for the season. And do not put that stress onto your spouse, and do not bring that stress into your home. Enjoy one another. Be creative. Be creative. Okay. Be creative. Get online. We Google everything else. Google some creative things to do during this holiday season that will not cost a lot of money. Embrace where you are. Understand that this is a different year and things can be a little bit different, but they don't have to be sad. They don't have to be boring. Okay. They don't have to be dull. It can still be exciting if you put a little bit more creativity and thought into it. And if you cut down all of these expectations. We have a theme in our home for this holiday season, which is love, joy, and peace. And what I'm desiring most is that our home is filled with all of the love, all of the joy, and all of the peace that we can handle. and life. Okay? Gifts, presents, spending money, those things are nice and those things can be fun. But if without joy and without love and without peace in the home, then those things that are bought means absolutely nothing. They're futile, they're empty, they mean nothing. So listen, I just wanted to come on and say, listen, we got to navigate through this holiday season. It's coming up on us. We can't get around it. Do your very best to keep your marriage hot and holy by cutting down some unrealistic expectations, okay? Cut down the unrealistic expectations. Send out a list if you can. And be creative. And figure out ways to embrace what you have, where you are, and have fun together, okay? I'll be back in a couple of days with more ways and more tips on how to navigate through this season, because we're going to need all the help that we can possibly get this season. Okay. Listen, I care about you. I care about your marriage. I'm praying for marriages every day. And I'm praying that you guys continue to walk in health and be prosperous in all that you do. And I'm praying that you have a hot and holy marriage. All right, guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for listening in. And I will connect with you and talk with you on the next time. Have a wonderful day.